I could move to San Francisco and have the startup and tech and geek culture that is already there. But I like the kind of familiarity that there is in being a small city like Reno. I mean, in San Francisco, there's probably thousands of people exactly like me. So trying to stand out in that is going to be more difficult. So kind of being, I guess, a big fish in a small pond, but not letting it go to our heads. I'm Colin Loretz, and I am a web developer and the co-founder of the Reno Collective, coworking space here in Reno, Nevada. My interest in the web actually came from back when I was, I think, 10. I was building my first websites back then. They looked awful, but at the time, I mean, that was about 2000. A lot of websites looked bad back then. Part of it kind of is just problem solving. It's trying to come up with something, so then you learn what you need, what language you need to learn, or what technology you need to learn, and then figure it out. Would just learn it to get it done. When I took the clients that I did in high school, I didn't know how to do what they wanted, but I still said I did. And then I would spend endless nights trying to figure it out and make it happen. Sometimes you have to. Ed and I, we probably met about 3 years ago. It was when I had just started at 12 Horses. We enjoy the culture that comes from freelancing and the entrepreneur and startup culture, that you don't have to be in meetings all day and dressed up in a suit and tie to work. And that's just how our personality is. I like to drink beer at 3:30 on a work day, and there's no reason why that can't happen as long as work gets done. So if you look around in Reno, if you need help on creating your own business, or if you need help on meeting people, there's plenty of networking events, but a lot of them are very stuffy and very kind of old school, essentially. The Reno Collective is a co-working space that allows freelancers, entrepreneurs, and anyone who works either out of their house or remotely from a company or for themselves, and they can come in and they pay for a monthly membership. We have everyone from David, who's a photographer, to writers, to other small web development companies, and even the Reno Passport magazine.
Together, that way it's just two people.
Hopefully, if not from us, that our members learn from each other, and then they also are able to collaborate with one another. Then we also have this large ecosystem of events and kind of a culture that we're trying to cultivate, ignite, and word camps and morning viewings of TED Talks, kind of just stuff to bring like-minded people together and give them a support structure to do well in whatever they're trying to do. Being a freelancer for so long, and even starting Lively Labs Reno Collective, you're surrounded by people, but you're not really necessarily surrounded by the same kinds of people. So we're trying to promote that so that we can get more of that startup community here and make Reno the place where people want to move to. It's cheaper to live. It's got the same talent that you can find in San Francisco and Portland and Austin, but in a place where we can drive 40 minutes to Tahoe or raft the river right downtown. And so Reno, it's up and coming, and the community is the only thing that's going to make it happen. That's why Reno.